Welcome to the Daily Business and Finance Show. Applied Optoelectronics projects Q3 revenue between $255 million to $290 million amid 800G ramp constraints, while Trump plans to meet with mining executives from Rio Tinto, BHP, MP Materials, and Freeport to reduce reliance on China. T-Mobile's CEO downplays the threat of SpaceX's Starlink to mobile carriers. MDA Space surpasses expectations with a non-GAAP EPS of 36 cents and revenue of $498.6 million. U.S. crude imports from Saudi Arabia hit zero in July as oil benchmarks face an 8% weekly loss. Notable stock movers include TTD and ABNB as SK Hynix announces a $38 billion investment in Korea chip fab expansion. Stock index futures remain muted ahead of the July jobs report release. Stay tuned after this short ad break for more details on these stories. Applied Optoelectronics announced its fifth straight quarter of record revenue and has returned to non-GAAP profitability. There's strong demand for next-generation products like 800G, but growth is limited by production capacity. For the third quarter, revenue is projected between $255 million and $290 million, with earnings per share expected to range from 11 cents to 26 cents.
President Donald Trump is set to meet with leading U.S. critical minerals executives to lessen dependence on China. The White House intends to reveal deals and agreements with companies such as Rio Tinto, BHP Group, and Freeport-McMoRan. This meeting backs a $10 billion initiative aimed at establishing a domestic mine-to-magnet supply chain.
T-Mobile's CEO thinks the threat from satellite companies like Elon Musk's Starlink is exaggerated, seeing them as a complement to current networks. SpaceX has teamed up with telecoms, including T-Mobile, to improve rural coverage. SpaceX plans to compete in the wireless market by combining satellite and ground-based infrastructure.
MDA Space reported a strong second quarter in 2026, with non-GAAP earnings per share of 36 cents, surpassing expectations by 10 cents. Revenue increased by 33.6% year-over-year to $498.6 million, driven by increased volumes across all sectors. The company updated its fiscal outlook, projecting revenue between $1.8 and $1.9 billion and adjusted EBITDA of $330 to $370 million for the year. Capital expenditures are set at up to $275 million for facility expansion and chip development investments in Montreal.
In July, U.S. imports of Saudi Arabian crude oil fell to zero for the first full month since 1985. This halt is due to tensions between the U.S. and Iran impacting oil flows from the Persian Gulf. As global prices rise, U.S. refiners are looking for alternatives. In August, imports might reach 600,000 barrels per day through the Suez Canal.
Stock futures showed mixed results as investors anticipated the July non-farm payrolls report. Atlassian shares jumped 30% on strong fourth-quarter results. Twilio and Cloudflare each increased by 16% after surpassing expectations. Airbnb rose by 8%. However, The Trade Desk and Sezzle experienced sharp declines due to disappointing earnings and rising expenses, respectively.
SK Hynix is set to invest 54 trillion Korean won, or $38 billion to expand semiconductor manufacturing in South Korea. This investment will cover new DRAM and NAND facilities, with construction beginning in 2027. The goal is to increase production for artificial intelligence demand and improve shareholder value.
Stock index futures showed mixed results as investors focused on the July employment report. Dow futures dipped 0.06%, while S&P 500 and Nasdaq futures rose by 0.11% and 0.18%, respectively. Economists predict a non-farm payroll increase of 88,000, with unemployment steady at 4.2%. Treasury yields remained stable across various terms. Notable stock movements included Akamai Technologies up over 12% and Trade Desk down more than 24%.
Thank you for tuning into the Daily Business and Finance Show. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday with more insights and updates. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. See you later, until Monday comes around. This content is sourced from the Seeking Alpha website, so support our podcast by becoming a Seeking Alpha Premium subscriber. See the show notes page for links to sign up. This episode is produced by Classic Studios. This podcast provides information only and should not be construed as financial or business advice. Check out our other podcasts in our network at classicstudios.com.